everyone and welcome back. I just got this really lovely top. I was super happy with the colour. Oh look, I didn't even notice. It looks really good with my watch too. I got it from Mint Velvet. It did have some little tassels on that I chopped off. I think because I've got quite big boobs and the tassels are sort of bouncing off my boobs. I thought, no, let's keep it simple. But it inspired me to think, right, what makeup would I do? There'd be a few options we could do with this top, but I'm going to do like an orange crush lip and I'll show you what the end results are. I've got a little bit of lash on. I had a couple of meetings this morning, but I thought, no, I just want to nip home, and I think this would be a nice kind of like summer inspiration, and I'm really loving my skin being so much warmer. Using my Sun Bright Self Glow from James Reed, pretty much put that on every day. And so far, apart from my little mosquito bite there, there's absolutely no marks at all. And I'm getting lazier and lazier with my application, dare I say, because I can get away with it, which is all we want, isn't it? Just a little bit of warmth. And yeah, so all moisturised, all protected. I'm going to go straight in with a little bit of T8 Enhancing Tint by the fabulous, the one and only, and the unique Lisa Eldridge. I've been loving this. I actually saved all my colours for my pro kit, so only using just a tiny little bit for this look. I'm not sure whether I will use any concealer. In fact, I might just add a little bit of light to my face if I need it, just for like shaping around my eyes, but we'll see how we go. Again, when applying a really lovely product that gives a soft, natural finish, you want to be clever in your application and you want to make sure that you don't waste an ounce. So use your fingers. Makeup doesn't get absorbed into your fingers. Your fingers are warm, your fingers are soft, your fingers are curved, all into the nooks and crannies of your face. And if you just go easy and you've got a lovely, look, see I've actually way too much. I've used too much. If you just dab it on and go easy with it and let the product build gently, don't get into a panic, because I've seen so many women over the years putting on their makeup and they sort of put it on, and because they see a difference straight away, they then go, oh no, just pat that down. You want to kind of get back to how your skin normally looks, even though you want it perfected. It's a funny thing. So like put it on, they're like, oh yeah, and then just kind of go really quickly with their fingers and whisk it off, which, you know, defeats the purpose. So just go easy. And like I say, look, there's still that much left on my hand, and I probably don't need any more. Let me just put a little bit over my eyes actually, just to even out that kind of bluey grey tone with my fingers. I think some people just don't quite like to use their fingers so much. I mean, you wouldn't do this obviously if you were doing your makeup, but as a lot of people do in public transport, you just use a nice big soft brush. This is the BK Beauty 170. This would probably be a good powder brush, right? Contour brush, bronzing brush. But the reason I'm doing it after I've applied a wet foundation is that, like a liquid, that's why I'm calling it wet, not a powder, is because it's very delicate. Because if I went in with a really firm brush, so like the rose ink that I've been using, then you just remove it all. So the dusting has to be really light in order for you to keep the coverage. That's pretty much my skin done. So I'm going to go in with the shade 3 Jones Road. I'm not going to over fuss my makeup, and I love this little bit of white there. You see how that's just really matte. Come a little bit closer and just paint that area that I want to lift. So it's sort of all in here, all in those nooks and crannies. Now that's obviously quite heavy, but you can see the difference. And I do normally like to have, you know, like the Beauty Pie reflecting one, or the Delilah eye cream where it's slightly dewy. But sometimes if I'm wearing a stronger lip and I want the base to look lovely, I just want to kind of knock back dark, and I don't want another texture. You know, you don't want too much sparkle, too much bronze. You know, you want to keep it just like really striking and minimalising your makeup. You know, it's like anything, like interior design or fashion, it's just kind of keeping those key parts of the said look, and then just blending them in with everything else that doesn't really jump out at you, so that it keeps streamlined, I guess. Oh, look, I can smell it. Lanolips, I'm going to put a little bit more on. This is the worst lip balm for me. Now, I'm a big Lanolips fan. And also, probably like most of us, I'd say, do love a donut. They sent me this yesterday, and it's a glazed donut ointment. Well, suffice to say, I've applied it about 89 times. And when I was prepping the look for this, I put it on and it's already come off. So it's a really lovely product. Lanolips are great, but I'm not sure that I could trust myself with this lip balm, because I'll just munch it off. Now, is it the case that, does it make you hungrier? Does it make you lick your lips more? I don't know. It's a lovely ointment anyway, but oh, what a yummy, yummy, yummy product. Makes you want to have a donut, but mustn't have too many donuts. Not more than one a day. Right, okay. I'm going to go in with my nice tanning products. Which one should I use? I've been really enjoying being a little bit more bronze. This is a really great stick from Merit. Let's get a bit of tan on first. Again, a really nice, easy applicator. There's different sort of, tones of bronze. It's quite confusing. This is the 677 by Minna, or 3 inner. And this is the Merit one. So this is great for my skin tone. If you've got a slightly more olivey skin tone, that colour is really, really great. But it would look a little bit muddy on me. I'll just show you the difference there. You see how that's a bit more caramelly and that's a bit more muddy. So if you've got a bit more warmth in your skin, you'll be able to carry that off, but it's nice and sheer and gives a nice gloss if you've got dry skin. Anyway, I love the Merit because, well, one, because of the colour, and one because of this nice controllable stick that I can just whack it on like this. And then because I've got no powder and my skin is super hydrated, just literally blend it in. Always keeping, the goggles of your face nice and light. So your orbital area is still kept light, so that you really enhancing and beautifying your face shape. Never just using bronzer to colour it in. Or maybe we'll do some little freckles. I do love little freckles. The great thing about fake freckles is, especially at work, is that when you put them on over makeup, it looks so natural and it makes the skin look supernatural. And it's a kind of, you're sort of kidding, you're doing a little bit of trickstery really, because you wouldn't see those freckles only on a very fresh skin, but you've secretly done all this, beautiful, lovely warmth to the skin. So I'll use the product that I was talking about that I wanted to show you for the last 2 weeks. So Wonder Brow. Now, I don't know whether you're familiar with Wonder Brow. I used to use a product of theirs, which I literally came back to because they asked me to work for them, seeing that I'd already done some work with them with their long wear brow gels. Let me just show you this one here. This is one of Taupe. Familiar with these? Because they were so great for my ladies who'd gone through chemo, if you had very fine brows, because it's such a long lasting product. It's really great. So we did some work together on this product, but whilst I was there, they were like, please, can we show you our new brow pen? So you know how obsessed I am about brow pens. Look at this. This is double-ended. So this is slightly thicker. This is even thinner. So we could just do a few little tiny little frecks here, which you probably think, why is she doing that? Because she's got pigmentation on my skin, but I sort of have it on the sides of my face where the sun's kind of probably hit my complexion through the travelling and stuff like that. But this is a slightly muted tone and it's very, very delicate. And as you can see, if you can watch me do it gently, is that I'm not really just sort of doing like perfect dots, but if you just go randomly dot, 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 but then before it dries, just pat over, because then it creates 3 or 4 more little freckles. Turn it over, let's do the bigger side, just on the tip. Just a smashing, so you can see the difference already, right? How much that's going to place. And then you just break it with your fingers, just do a little bit of dappling. I did it with broccoli. Have you seen the broccoli trend? I did that on TikTok. I've given up with TikTok, you'll be pleased to know. I haven't given up with it, but I don't enjoy using it as a form of entertainment or social media, and I don't feel I'm authentic on it because I'm just doing it because I feel like I should be doing it. And my friend said, Lou, you need to do the broccoli trend. And it's basically applying a piece of broccoli to your face with product on that looks like freckles. So like the similar kind of colour. And it works a treat. It really does. Anyway, you know, it's a bit of fun. Okay, so let's use it for the brows. And the thing is, I'm going to go in super light first of all. So again, the weight of my finger on the pen is very light. So it's like what I'm saying is here, this kind of is very delicate, making my application of the fine hairs really, really delicate. So there's zero pressure at all, because if I did put pressure on, I would create, actually I'm not going to use the bigger one. I really love that. I want the thin, really, and it's so thin. There we are, all little tiny hairs. Makes such a difference. Especially, that's great. Just soften that there, really good difference, hey? And the ink delivery system is really good, because sometimes you have to keep shaking them down for the ink to travel down, and the ink is flowing really beautifully. I haven't had to shake it, and I've been using this for, I don't know, last 3 weeks at work. Depending on the eyebrows, if I've got thicker eyebrows, I will use the thicker side, but I don't need to for this. Look how delicate it is. So I can probably go a little bit stronger on this one, just giving it a bit of a stronger brow than I probably normally would, because normally I'm just sort of so happy with not having ever to have to do my brows now that I've sort of ignored them completely and forgotten about them, because it was just so boring for all those years having to sort of fill them in. Especially as I got older, because I realised I needed the frame around my eyes. It made such a difference. Probably just soften that one here just a little bit. This is quite nice when it migrates into the brow, when it's sort of slightly soft around there. And I'm going to add a few little ones that just trickle through. And just that up too. Good. Fabulous. Okay, so this is a top tip buy. It's literally just come out, but I love their brow products. Right, so I've got my little bronzy cheeks. Would I go even browner? I don't think I will, because the colour is strong. I think if I end up going a bit more powdery or goldy in the base, it's going to go down another road. So I need a bit of definition on my eyes, just to push them back a little bit. I've already got a little bit of mascara on. So let me take a soft brush. I'm going to use the Beauty Pie. This is called Keep This. It's a bit like a Pillow Talk. Slightly deeper maybe. Let me just use this colour here, first of all, as a socket, and let's see how that affects. So it's part of the orange family. I think that's going to be dark enough, you know. I was probably going to go in for the more pinky orange, but that's actually working really well, this shade here. It looks more yellow on camera. But let me just open my eyes out with this. And then they've got a little bit of gold, which I can maybe just put on the centre of my lid. But nice, tapered, soft socket brush. And that's going to give me that wash of colour. And normally I would always start on my lids and push the colour from my eyelashes, but I don't want my eyes to be the focus of this makeup. It's going to be the colour on my lips. Okay, so I'm going to take the slightly metallic shade with my ring finger and just push that in, and to see what, oh yeah, that's nice. That's lovely. It's quite punchy actually. Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm only going to do it 2/3 and then I'm going to wash it out because I don't want it to be too heavy, and it's actually really giving a lot of pigment. I didn't expect it to be that punchy, but that's nice. I think it's again because of how I've applied it. So let me get a slightly smaller brush, clean, and then just work from the inside just to spread. Oh look, that's quite nice, going underneath my eyes as well. It's set in that concealer, but let me just do that with a cotton bud. Gosh, don't we love a cotton bud? Good. Yeah, how nice is that? Okay, so just push that along to the edges and then bring it round. It's quite nice actually because handily, this brush here, what's this, is the Studio 10 one, double-ended, so it's got the slightly tapered doe foot and the sort of classic eyeshadow brush, double-ended. Okay. Good. I'm not going to go underneath. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Otherwise, I feel it's going to end up looking a bit sort of evening-y and done. The mascara, I've just keep going back to the Lash Sensational Sky High by Maybelline in black and brown. I put this on this morning just because I wanted the mascara to look sort of long and delicate, but not too much, which I think you'll agree. Gave it that nice definition and lift. But I have to spend a bit of time. It's not like a one-coat wonder, and I think that's the rule with most mascaras. You know, if you see it on Instagram, for instance, you know, it's obviously done with lots of, you know, great editing. But, you know, give yourself a couple of minutes on each eyelash, I would say. Each eyelash, wow, you'd be there a long time. On each eye. Because just building up that product, especially kind of this motion, where you're really trying to pull out these corner lashes here, just to give yourself a little bit more of expansion with the eye shape. It makes all the difference. And like I've taught you over the years, just really try and compact it at the roots. Now you can't necessarily do that with this brush because it's very flexible, so you can't really push down too much. But in this instance, where you want something long and delicate, works really well. So different mascaras for different lashes, different styles, different effects, right? That's why it's all so blooming confusing. I need to go back to Superdrug or Boots and have a little look at what's on offer for good prices, I think, before we finish for the summer. Give you some good, maybe just do like a summer beauty bargains, I think. There's a lot around. Right, I'm just going to remove my, well, I'm not going to remove, I'm just going to take the excess. See, that's nice. It's always good to put balm on your lips whilst you're doing your makeup, but then you need to remove, if you're going in with a lip look, then you need to remove the glossiness. You need to remove that slip because the colour won't sit properly. So it needs to be a hydrated but a dry surface for the colour to go on. I'll start with my Giorgio Armani Smooth Lip Pencil in 6. This is like a tomato red. And then for the lips, we're going to go in with Orange Sable, which is a really beautiful Givenchy lipstick. And they come in those lovely sort of velvety cases. And if I could find it, I've literally just taken it off. I would show it to you. Maybe it will come, crumbs, oh dear. Here we go, here's the clumsiness coming in. I mean, how many other followers, how many other influencers do you have that kit the cameras and lose the lipstick cases? Thanks for sticking by. I know you're all clumsy too, probably. Right, let's get this lip on. And then I might do a little bit of powder first, actually, just because I really want to create a lovely shape. And when you powder down, not that I wouldn't normally, obviously, but sometimes some lipsticks or balms are kind of more forgiving, aren't they? And you can whack it on and off you go. And then sometimes you just want to make it really perfect and clean. These powders are lovely. This is Vive, the packaging I love. It does some really great products. And she's very, very modest and seemingly lovely human. So we've got to support that, right? Because so are you lot. Okay, let's do the liner first. Nice and tight. And just going to really fill out the top lip there. Lips with hips. Just giving that nice, a feminine finish. Push that in. Always applying the lip liner from the side, not the point. So you get a wee smudge. Now, you can see this is like a tomatoey red. Because the shirt is orange, I didn't want to match the orange. I wanted it to be part of the same colour family, but just with a little bit of a twist, a bit of spice to it, a bit of hotness, and it's got a nice balance. Good, okay. So it's like a sort of water, so I've got like the ready tomato lip liner, and this is a little bit more sort of watermelony. But it's got a lovely creamy velvet texture. Nice, right? Really nice. And because it's more velvety and it's not glossy or metallic or even balmy, it just looks classy, right? Against the really bright colour. If I went glossy orange with this, it would just look too much. So the slight change in hue and the nice texture ties it all in. So I like my brown skin, but I wonder whether, oh, I don't know, this might be wrong, but we'll see. I think it's going to be wrong. It's going to be too pink. Yes, let's get rid of that. And I'll go in with the brown again. I thought I needed more, but what I probably need more of is just a little bit of, that's annoying, isn't it? 'Cause it's got a little bit pink now. So let's put a little bit of Lisa's over again with a soft, fluffy brush. So back of my hand, just to tone that down, and we'll go in again with more caramel skin because I just think it looks just a little bit more contemporary. Like I say, it's about focusing, oh, look at that brow. About focusing on the main part of the makeup being the lips, and then letting everything else just kind of sit comfortably next to it. Maybe just need a little bit more at the front. What do you think? I love it when you let me know. You know, either way, it's not like a criticism if you prefer with the pink or without. It's just interesting to see how, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? We all love different things. It must be boring if we all like the same. Yeah, come on. That's so much better. She's probably come to the end of her holiday. She's actually gone quite brown. Just smooth it back very slightly with that brush. It's always quite nice to have a perfecting brush. A brush that you can just sort of polish the makeup, like, you know, literally using it all over the eyes, bringing that under the chin. It kind of migrates the colours together. So in September, I am launching my own little brushes. I say little because it's only a set of 12 in this really beautiful little pouch, like a pencil case. I'll tell you all in September. But they're quite small, the brushes. They're all little brushes to kind of help you get detail with makeup. And I'm doing it with this lovely chap called Otis Battersby, who has his own brush range as it is. And he just said, oh, can we just do like a little Caroline Barnes collab? You just can't say no to things like that, can you? So that's very exciting. Just take that off there. Good. there we are. The orange crush look, which I think I prefer better with my hair behind my ears. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks very much for your comments, and I hope you enjoy the sunshine. Take care of yourselves and have a good week. Bye for now.